everybody, my name is Deborah Keppel, and welcome to Cabana Talk. We are here in fabulous Viva Las Vegas at a very ab-fab resort called Rumors here in Las Vegas. And I have a special guest with me today. And before we get started, I would like to ask you a few questions. First of all, are you tired of those ho-hum relationships? Are you unsatisfied, unfulfilled, just unhappy in those relationships? Are you tired of being alone, sitting at home at night and dateless? The right place, because I have Andrea Adams-Miller here with me. She is the healthy relationship expert and sexuality tutor. Welcome, Andrea.
Thank you so much, Deb. This is a beautiful concept. I love the idea of Cabana Talk. Fun, beautiful. I've loved the programs. I've watched them in the past. Absolutely interesting information.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
I'm very excited to be here in Vegas with you.
Yes, at Viva Las Vegas. Beautiful day here today.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Very lucky.
So please, could you share with the viewers out here any tips that you have for having a wonderful, healthy relationship and getting that spark back?
I absolutely would love to. As a leading authority in healthy relationships and healthy sexuality, I all the time am asked, either whether it's a keynote or during a consultation or on my radio show, about what are some things that I can start doing to create and sustain the relationships that I want in my life right now. And so one of my favorite tips to give is talking about communicating with your partner in such a way that they like to be communicated with. There's nothing worse than having a partner say, hey, we need to talk. You'll see this death glaze look go over their faces because they think talking means they're in trouble or something's wrong. So what I suggest as a tip to increase communication is to be very clear and concise about what it is that you want to do. So let's say I wanted to talk with you. I would say, hey, Deb, you've got 5 minutes for me when you get home from work today that we can sit down. I want to share something really cool and fun that you'll be excited about. So you've already set them up. It's going to be cool, it's going to be fun, and it's going to be quick, 5 minutes of their time. And then you have to keep whatever that is. You got to make it fun, you got to make it quick, and you got to be concise and tell them what you want and not beat around the bush or try to come up with other things or have some underlying message. Be very, very clear with your male partner or what it is that you want, and maybe your female partner, depending on what orientation that you are.
Don't you find sometimes, though, that we are so busy in our lives, and relationships are very important, and we are tired of, the relationships going on the back burner, so to speak. And it's cool to have the conversation, but sometimes when you get to that conversation point, don't you think it's a problem? You're at that spot where it is a problem?
Yeah, often people wait to talk to each other until, yes, there is that catalyst for, do we stay in this or do we jump out and go our separate ways? And so at that point, that's where somebody like me really comes in handy, because I can help mediate that and help you have that conversation without saying hateful, hurtful things that just make it worse. Because a lot of times when people are at that catalyst to maybe consider breaking, they really have this opportunity to shift and have the kind of relationship they always wanted. You have a lot invested, so I hate to say throw it all away. Let's sit down, figure it out, find out what your goals are, find some solutions, and make you have the relationship that you want. You both want to have this beautiful, wonderful life. You want to feel good about yourself. You want to feel good about your partner, and you want to be in love. That can be recreated. No matter how obsolete it looks like it might be, I can help you bring that all together.
Those magic feelings when you first meet,
yeah.
chemistry almost.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that. Did you remember when the first time that you're with someone and you're all, like them, and their knee touches your knee and you're all like, all giddy and you feel all excited? I know, isn't that awesome? You can recreate that feeling, that excitement, that tingle, but you have to be able to put your mind back into that focus. You have to think about it. You have to concentrate on all the wonderful positive qualities about your partner, and you need to remember that that touch could be taken away from you and how much you would miss it, and then you can restart to activate those tingly feelings again. You can bring back life to what you thought was dead.
So I'm going to just continue on with
Sure.
this. Bringing back that life, and I understand the conversations and taking the time.
Sure.
But what are your tips to bring back that spark, that life, that special tingly feeling?
All right, so let's go with the special tingly feeling, because that's what people want. Okay, so let's say you want that special tingly feeling. A specific tip to help you with that is, and I'm going to go with a tingly as far as sexuality, since I talk about healthy sexuality as well, is to create a pleasure map of your body with your partner. So you draw like a little sketch. It can be very archaic. It can look like a stick figure. And map out the erogenous zones that are your erogenous zones with your partner. And it's sometimes very fun because you'll think that your partner inherently knows that like right here is the spot, and they're like, oh really? I didn't know that. You know, so you're like, oh well, thank you. I'm so glad that you know that now. And so you're able to go through that. It's even more fun if you do them separately and guess what you think your partners are, and your partner guesses what yours are, and then you match them, and then you try to create and overlap those pleasure maps so that you can have that tingly feeling again.
Sounds good.
Yes, it's fun.
Very back to the single woman.
Okay.
And attracting a relationship. You know, I'm single. I've been out there on the internet dating, and I know I'm very picky, but I think I have a right to be.
Sure.
I think everybody does, and I think everybody should. And I don't want to just date to be dating.
Sure.
What are your tips to attract that special someone?
I'm glad you asked. That's another question that always comes up there. How can I attract and find that special someone for me? And the advice is really to be very blunt and to be picky. I kind of think about dating as a business relationship. And when you think about business, if you were hiring someone to come into your agency, if you're the CEO of your company, you have specific parameters that you want that person to have and certain qualities that they have to have. And if they don't have those qualities, that they're willing to achieve or go to school for or get more training in. So why wouldn't it be the same thing for your life? You're the CEO of your life and your relationship. So find someone who fits those parameters. And at the same time, make a list of if these people have these qualities, then they're a no-go. I would never hire them in my company. They're not coming in this company either, literally or figuratively. I realize that came out a little funny. That happens sometimes. So, so that was actually funny. So put that down. Like if it's a no-go that person's a smoker, if they pick up to light up,
that's
sorry,
yeah,
we're done here.
People, yes.
We're not doing this. I'm sorry. You're a great person. I love who you are. But you know what? I don't feel like going through the 12 steps of cigarette stopping for you in my life. So if you want to quit on your own and take a chance at talking to me again, then great for you, and I'd love to revisit this in 6 months.
Yes, there you go.
But you're a deal breaker for me, and I wouldn't hire you for my company. You're not.
I understand that. That's very good. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing these wonderful tips.
You're very welcome.
Do you have any other words of wisdom out there for?
Yes, I have a great one for you. It's one of my favorites. I call it the birthday wish. Do you remember when you were a little girl, and it was your birthday, and you were supposed to do what? Your parents would say,
"What do you want for your birthday?"
Well, yes, but didn't they tell you to blow out the candle and make a wish? But it had to be secret, or it wouldn't come true. Well, that's a bunch of crap. I'm telling you. Do you know why your parents told you that? Because they didn't want to buy you a pony, okay? You were going to ask for something that they couldn't provide, and they didn't want to feel bad about themselves. So what it's really important to do is to make sure now as an adult you can control what you want and don't want. So you want to make sure that your birthday wishes, first of all, are on a daily basis. It doesn't have to be your birthday to wish what you want for your relationship or your life. And you have to tell other people. If you tell other people what you want in your life, they're more likely to be able to give it to you or find someone who can. So be very clear about letting other people know that you're available. The best thing you could have done was tell this video is, hey, I'm looking, I'm a little picky, but this is why. And being picky is not a negative. Being picky is a positive. They want someone who has strong convictions on what they want in their life, and they wouldn't want anything different. So that's actually, I think, an attractive part for you to have and to say is that, you know, you've got to meet these demands because I expect that of me for you as well. And that'll work for you.
Makes me feel a little bit better. So.
Yeah, it should, because you're very beautiful and very gregarious, and who wouldn't want this? Come on.
Well,
so birthday wishes could come true.
There you go.
You got to tell her though. Okay,
Yes.
So if you're interested, you got to give her a
go.
call.
I didn't know this was going to turn into
hey, why not?
dating video.
It's all good.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. It is all good.
And I can't help myself. I like to help people find the lives and create the lives that they want for themselves, and why not do it for you?
Aww,
You're beautiful and deserving.
Aww, thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome.
I appreciate it so much. I really appreciate you doing this video and joining me today. It's just been a blast.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
So how can people find you? On the web? You're on the web, right? You have a
Yes,
website?
I'm on the web. It's www.sexualitytutor.com. That's SEXUALITYTUTOR.com. And I am Andrea Adams Miller, the sexuality tutor, the leading authority in healthy relationships and healthy sexuality, revealing the secrets to ignite that spark, fire, and passion in your life.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. And until next time, bye-bye.